Your move, your move.
What's up guys, it's Rogue here and welcome to another amazing video on the channel. So for today I thought it was time to update the Rogue binder and show you guys my updated collection and things I am working towards. Of course, I will give the prices that I paid for the cards if I remember them. I've been sort of establishing this binder for about 4 or 5 years now. So if I don't have the price on top of my head, please do forgive me. This was meant to be a invoked combo guide. I've had to postpone that to Friday, but don't worry. On Friday, we're going to get the highly requested video. I think we've had about 6 or 7 comments now asking for that invoked combo guide. Don't worry, guys, it's coming. The combos are so amazing that I've had to postpone until Friday, just so that I can do the video justice. So if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you do leave a like. Comment down below, what is your favorite card, if you could get one. And subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to, we're almost at 3K. We're approaching 2.7, so that's pretty nice. And let's keep the momentum going, guys. 2024 has been pretty good so far. So without any further ado, let's get on to the collection. All right, so into the Rogue binder we go. We got page 1. I will do my best to show off all the cards. I mean, I've done the best with the angles here. I've zoomed out as much as I could in terms of putting the camera away. So let's just see how much it can capture, and I hope the glare isn't too bad. So at the top here, Dark Magician Girl. I picked up this card quite a few years ago now. I believe I paid around 180, which is a big ouch because I don't think it's anywhere near that at the moment. I think they're around 120. Again, it's a Dark Magician Girl. Ideally, I'd like to pick up 2 more of these. Shout out to Alex if you watch this video, who has 2 copies of Ghost Red Dark Magician Girl. I will definitely be coming for those just to have my playset of Dark Magician Girl finally complete. For the other ghosts, we have a first ed. Let me pull it out for you. Starlight Red Dragon Archery, and it's a very, very clean copy. Shout out to Dewi, who sold this to me. I believe I got this card 2 years ago. It was right after I finished my first university degree and before I embarked on my master's. So yeah, 2 years ago. Paid around 120, if I believe so. Yeah, I think around 120 is correct. Could be 100. Maybe, let's just say 120. I think it's held the value pretty well. I think it's still around that, so I haven't actually lost anything. And I've used this card plenty of times. For the other ghost here, we have a beautiful Junk Berserker first ed. I didn't pay anything for this card. This card was actually packed by my girlfriend. 1 pack magic. She picked out a pack from the store that had been on the shelves for years that nobody wanted. It's like, oh, I'll take it and just gift it to Mr. Rogue himself. Had a ghost rare. Absolutely insane. Must be the estrogen, because every time she opens packs, there's amazing stuff inside. So maybe I should get her to open my Ghost Rare series. For this Sunlight Wolf, this is a shout out to Pedro, who is a Spanish company, who, well, runs a Spanish company alongside another amazing guy who I can't remember the name of right now. I really do apologize if you watch this video. And they sold me the Great Sunlight Wolf when it first came out. This isn't from the series. I have yet to pull one from the series. I'll have 2 when I pull one. But I think I paid around £40 for this on release. I think it's probably gone up a little bit, so I've made a little bit of money on this. I don't think that's going to be a common a common trend in this video. If you can't take a joke, well, you shouldn't invest in Konami cards, because I thought you could make loads of money investing, and then Rarity Collection stuff happened, and yeah, I'm now eating my words. But this one I think I've actually made money on. Probably like £20 or so, so nothing crazy. I think it's around £60 now, paid 40. For the Starlight Rares, we have the first here is the Appaloosa Starlight Rare. Shout out to Jam Jam Cards, or Aaron, as I know him, who sold me this beautiful Appaloosa. I believe it's an American print, which is actually pretty cool. I paid £940 for it, and that was including postage to Gibraltar, which I know can be expensive at times, so he gave me a solid deal. I don't know what the QCRs have done to this. I don't even want to look. I predict it's probably less, but then again, this is a very, very rare card to pull. This was the first set that they introduced Starlight Rares. This was the Rising Rampage, and this was sort of the Chase Starlight Rare from that set. It was very, very cheap for a long time. Then people picked up on Starlight Rares. When I think at its peak, it was like 2K, which is crazy. I don't think it's that anymore, because the QCR has probably destroyed the value of the Starlight Rare. But that's okay, because we have the OG one here, and I bought this 2 years ago for $940. If I could sell it for around $940 to $1,000, I'd be happy, considering there's a QCR. It is a very beautiful card, and it is a very rare card as well. Let's put that away carefully. For an investment that hasn't gone very well at all, it's my Starlight Rare Access Code Talker. Shout out to Phil, who I bought this from. Phil is an absolute goat and a legend of the local community back from Bangor University, which is where I went to uni, in North Wales. He pulled this access code talker like a G and then sold it to me. I paid £500 for it, which is big oof, considering I think they're around 250, 200 now. It has gotten a QCR from Rarity Collection 2 as well. So yeah, we've probably lost around 60% of the value paid for this card, which sounds really bad. And it is, but I've gotten a lot of deck profiles out of this. This is the only access code talk I've actually owned properly. I've had like a gold rare, but I literally had that for like a week and then sold it on. So this is the only access code talk I actually have. I need to pick up some super rares from Rarity Collection 2. But I've gotten tons of use from this card. £500 worth of use? I don't think so. But, you know, it hasn't been all bad. Yes, I've lost a lot of money on this card. But then again, I've gotten a lot of use out of it too. And as my friend Mark says, if you don't sell a card, well, you can't neg because you haven't sold it. So the loss doesn't count. Shout out to Mark. We got Starlight Rare Dark, the Dark Charmer Gloomy. Paid $250 for this, I think around a year ago. I think it's still around that. Maybe a bit less. Lots of use out of this card as well. Usually Dark, the Dark Charm into Celine into access code. So it does help with the access code. I would like to collect all the Charmers if possible. That is a long-term goal we have. And maybe one day I can. But right now I'm focusing funds into different priorities in terms of finishing off the binder. So, you know, if we get more YouTube monies coming in and I have some spare from buying these packs, because as you know, the series, if you don't watch it, we open a pack every single day. Make sure you do watch that. Yeah, that's not going too well at the moment. We're kind of a lot of days in. So going to the second page, we have more beautiful Starlight and QCRs. These are the QCRs that come in. There's 4 of them now. I'm missing one. I believe I'm missing the Phantom Nightmare one. So if anyone has one, please do let me know and I'll buy it off you. It's the last one I'm missing. I pulled, my girlfriend pulled the June one in 4 packs. Which was incredible considering it's the most expensive. And then I bought the other 2. I think they're around 50 each. I think they're that as well. So, and the third one is also 50 each. So really, really cool. I think this one's around 150 to 200. Really nice to pull this one, and then I don't mind buying the others. They're pretty cheap. We have a Nightmare Magician QCR. Got this for free actually, in terms of I bought a bunch of cards off someone called L. And L gave me a great deal. And then I managed to sell off all the other cards and I kept this one. So I got a free QCR Nightmare Magician through Stonks, which is great, and L's a really cool guy, gives you great deals. And I also have the mats that I won, so I kind of wanted the QCR for that reason too. We have the Starlight Rare, if I can pull it out, Guiding Quem, the Virtuous. This is the Starlight Rare pull from the Starlight series. It took me 273 days to pull a Starlight Rare at £3.50 a pack. Do the math. That's how much this Starlight Rare cost me. I mean, we did pull things. We did pull, I believe, like 2-3 Thrusts, 2-3 Kashtira Fenris. So the value wasn't all in the Starlight Rare. I think it probably cost me around £200-300, which it actually was until now. It's actually dropped a little bit. I think it's like 150 now. So it's all right. I did that for the series. Down here, we have a beautiful SP Little Knight. Love this card. Picked it up off... forgot his name now. Oh, it'll come to me. Picked it up for, I think it was $380 ended up paying for it. And I think it's around $450 now. It's gone up a little bit. Really nice. Again, lots of use out of this card. It's the only SP I own. And SP pretty much goes in every single deck. So, yeah. Really, really happy that I managed to get that SP Little Knight for that such a great price. He actually pulls a lot of QCRs, so shout out to him. We have a QCR Typhon. Picked this up with a Wanted engine for, I believe it was around $750. Managed to sell off the Wanted engine for, I think it was $600, and I got an Ultimate Red Thunder Dragon Colossus. So I pretty much got this for like free, or if anything for like £50. So that's amazing. I think it's around £200-300 right now. And again, it's the only copy of this that I own. So if I ever need it, I got to put this one in. So it's gotten a lot of use as well since it's come out. This is a QCI I pulled in the first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! House tournament. So if you don't know what that is back in my university days, we had a house with 4 or 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Players living in there. It was great times. We called it the Yu-Gi-Oh! Hype House. And we've held weekly tournaments for a little bit with other players of the community. And this is actually something I pulled from it. I got first place, pulled an SP Little Knight and this from like 6 packs, which is incredible. Sold the SP or traded it towards a QCR Ash, which you see here. and I managed to keep the Testida because I think it's just a really nice card. I think Xyzs look really, really nice in QCR. So cost me nothing, really good. I don't think it's expensive. I think it's like £15, so sad, but, you know, pretty nice. Move on to the hand traps. We're going to get into the hand trap section now. The glare isn't too bad. We have playset of QCR Ash Blossom. I picked these up, I think, actually pretty cheap. I think I managed to part trade for one. I think it was an SP and £20, and I got one. Then I bought one off L again. I think the one I got off L was like £100, and then I think I got a third one for £100. I think they're like 150 each, so I think I've done pretty good in that regard. And again, if I'm playing a deck that I want to play max rarity like Invoked, I slap these in. If not, they're going to stay in the binder. I have loads of copies of Ash Blossom. I have secret rares, ultra rares. I even have commons, so if I really need them, if I really want to bling out a deck for a profile, I'll bring them out. If not, they're going to be in the binder. Same for these Effect Veilers. I picked up 2 Effect Veilers for really, really cheap and then paid the price on the third because I waited so long from Rarity Collection 1. So I had an idea that I wanted to collect all the Rarity Collection 1 QCRs. I'm still trying to do that, but I've sort of sacked off the bad ones in terms of I just want to collect the playable ones. I picked up 2 Effect Veilers. I think it was at £35 each, which is amazing. And then had to pay like 75 for the third because I think they're around 100 each now. So yeah, paid the price for waiting too long, but I got 2 for cheap. So paying for the third one doesn't really hurt too bad. And we have these QCR Nibiru, not QCR, sorry, Ultimate Rare Nibirus. I picked these up, I think, around 3 years ago. Got a lot of use. I paid, I believe it was $340 for the set. So probably neg, considering they have QCRs now. But, you know, it is what it is. At the time, it was a great deal. Got lots of use out of them. Plan was to sell them on eventually when I do sell off this collection one day. I've been saying for years, but I am kind of attached to the cards, which is not great considering the plan was to sell them. But yeah, I got lots of use out of these Nibirus. They're just so freaking beautiful. And I think the Ultimate Rares look so much better than the QCRs, but that's my opinion. Obviously, I'd like Ultimate Rare Effect Veilers. Those are much more expensive than these QCRs at the moment, but one day I would like to do that. Rarity downgrade, is it even a downgrade? I consider it a rarity upgrade. For the next page, we have more hand traps. We have the playset of Ghost Reaper. Picked these up cheap. Shout out to Jamie, who sold me the playset. I think it was like £45 for the playset, which was really nice. I think it was 15 each. I think they're like 25, 30 each. So they gave me a great deal. Drone Lockbirds was absolute stonks until I got QCR Rarity Collection 2. I paid like, I think it was $350 for the playset. Then I think they were chilling at like $180 each for a while. Probably should have sold them off. And now they have a QCR and Rarity Collection 2, meaning they probably like 80 each now, meaning probably lost money on them. But it's okay. Same for the Infinite Impermanents. I think I actually did really well picking up these Impermanents. I think I paid like $220 for the playset. So even with the QCR print, I still think I'm okay. Obviously, the QCR reprint has wrecked the value. These were almost like 150, 200 each at one point. I paid like 200 and, what was it, 50, 220 for them. So did really well. QCRs come out. I imagine they're like 80 each as well. So probably still couldn't get my money back, but would like to keep them. And here we have some space that I left for more QCRs. I forgot. I think these are going to be the QCR bells that I was missing from Rarity Collection 1. Yeah, it was QCR Ghost Bell. I think they're like 80, maybe a bit less each, so kind of expensive. We got one Artifact Lancia here. There's another Artifact Lancia back in my university accommodation, which I will go pick up when I go for graduation. So there's actually 2 Lancias. I'm only showing one. Picked this up, I think, for 10. Picked the second one up for 10. Need to pick up a third one. They're not that expensive. They're like 10, 12 pounds each. I'm paying market value for them just because I think they're good pickups. We have some QCRs here. Not QCRs, some Ultimate Rares at the bottom. We got a BLS, Soldier of Chaos. I think I paid like 50 for this. I don't know. It has a Ghost Rare. It has quite a few copies. I think it's still at 50, which is all right. Got this Link Spider cheap. Shout out to Dan. I haven't shouted you out already. The thing I like about this binder is that I've met so many people along the way. I bought like loads of cards off so many different people, and you know, they've all stayed with me, so I can give them all shout outs now, like you guys deserve. Absolute legend. I think I bought this Link Spider for like £30. I think it's like 50, 60 now. Made a bit of money on this. This Ultimate Rare Zeus, I mean, what rarity hasn't Zeus got at this point? It has loads. It's been reprinted to the heavens and back. It has a QCR, I believe. It has a Ultimate Rare. It has a Starlight. I think I ended up paying £50 for this Ultimate Rare, which I think that's what it's about. So I haven't made any money on that. We have the next page, which is more extra deck stuff. We have the Dingirsu, Utopia Lightning, and Utopia. Utopia, I think I paid £10 for, which was, I think it's a really cheap Ultimate Rare. It's not very sought after. I think it's like 15, 20 now. Utopia the Lightning, I picked up off Charlie. Shout out to Charlie. I think I paid £30 for it. I think it's like 40, so I made a little bit of money here. Dengisu, I think I actually got this for free in another one of those insane trades. I picked up a playset of Karakura and an Ultimate Rare Dengisu for a Collector Rare Lovely Labyrinth, or Lady Labyrinth, and then I managed to sell off the Karakuras in the hype when they were like 30, 40 each, and I kept the Dengisu. So I got the Dengisu for free. It got a Rarity Collection 1 reprint in QCR. Of course, like almost all my binder at this point, but you know, I got it for free, so can't neg with that. Gaga Cowboy has a little nick on the top, which is slightly annoying. I don't know if the camera picks it up. Paid 40 for it. It's all right. I think it's still around 40, 50, which is fine. Abyss Dweller, pulled this one. Has a bit of a weird shift here on the attribute, but it's okay. I pulled these two, actually. This got a QCR print in Rarity Collection 2, I think. This is around 30, 40 pounds, but I pulled them, so those are free. I got a beautiful Thunder Dragon Colossus. Let me see if I can bring it closer to the camera here. Again, this was part of the trade I got with the Wanted package, so I think they valued it around 80, so I think that's what it is. I mean, it's a really beautiful card, and I needed one from Invoked anyway. Shout out to my brother Rico. He's the one that pulled this Metaphys Horus. Just randomly pulled it in a salad, my mum's salon, so that was unexpected again. Loose packs from the store, bought like 4 or 5, pulled an Ultimate Rare Horus. I think it's like £20, which is fine. And we have one of the OG Ultimate Rare Fallen of Albaz. This again has a QCR print, as half of my binder does, and that was a really sad day when my binder just halved in value, considering we're talking in the thousands at that point. But yeah, Fallen of Albaz, I think I pulled this one. I pulled quite a few. I think I pulled like 3 and I sold off the other 2, so can't neg, because I know these are really hyped. They were like 60 each at one point. Probably should have sold off the playset at that price. Didn't. Kept one for Invoked, and now has a QCR print. Probably worth like £30. For this page, some new pickups actually. I managed to pick these up in an insane deal. I think I paid around 450 for these QCR English Lubellions. I say English because I picked up one originally and it was Italian, so I had to sell that one off. I sold that for like 120, and then I managed to get these at 150 each. So I think they're around 200 each on eBay. So I think those are, this is stonks really, and it already comes in QCR. I don't think it's going to get any other prints higher rarity than this for a long time. So I think this is a very safe investment that I made, and I'm happy I did it. Goes in Invoked as well, which was the main reason. So sold off my Wanted package and picked up a bunch of cards. This was the main purchase, and then picked up a lot of other QCRs. Castia Fenris, I overpaid on these heavily. Shout out to Justin who sold me one. I think the one I bought off Justin was like £90, which is pretty cringe considering I think they're like 45, 50 each. They were even lower. They went down to like 30 each at one point. But yeah, I think I paid 90 for one. I know that for sure. And I think I paid 80 and 75 for the other. So big negs. But again, can't take a joke. Shouldn't invest in a children's card game. We have these beautiful Dogmatica Ecclesias. These have, again, the Rarity Collection 1 treatment, but I think I picked them up pretty cheap anyway. I think I paid like £20 each, so £60 for the playset is not too bad. I think that's probably what they are, if I had to guess what they are now, considering it has a QCR print. So, and, you know, I've gotten a lot of use out of them too. I do love splashing Dogmatica into everything. So, now we got the spells. We have triple book of Lunar Eclipse and Starlight Rare. I actually pulled this one and didn't realize that it was Starlight Rare for about 4 months. It was just with my other secret rares in a little tin. And then one day, as I'm sorting out my tin, I realized that this one looks really, really strange compared to the normal secret rares. And boom, it was a freaking Starlight Rare. I think it was pulled by either my girlfriend or my brother, because I don't think they could tell the difference back then between Starlight Rares and secret rares. So they must have just put it in the tin. But yeah, that was a nice surprise. And then I picked up the other two, I think for around £50 each. So 100 for the playset, considering I pulled one, is pretty nice. I think they're around 70, 80 each, which is fine. There was a lot. They actually went up a lot during Cashtira format. Probably should have cashed in because they were pretty good into the Cashtira Riseheart and Fenrir board. But I didn't. I kept them. So, you know, it's not too bad. Book of Moons, I have I would say love-hate relationship with them. I have a good relationship with Book of Moons because I always pick up Book of Moons really cheap. And then they get really expensive. I sell them, they get cheap. I've cycled, I think this is like my third playset of Book of Moons. I remember I always pick up the Book of Moons at like 30, 35 each, and then I sell them at like 55, 60 each. This is, I think I paid for this copy 45 each and I've kept them. I think they have a QCR as well and Rarity Collection 2. I haven't really looked too much into Rarity Collection 2 as Yu-Gi-Oh! Back home is pretty non-existent, so it's pretty sad. But yeah, paid 45 each for these Book of Moons. If they have a QCR, they're not worth that anymore, which is pretty sad. But if they don't, it's happy days, but I'm pretty sure they do. Here we have one of the bigger eggs. We have an ultimate rare playset of the Forbidden Drip. Paid £480 for this playset. I really should stop buying ultimate rares on release because it turns out to be pretty poor decision making. They got a QCR, of course. I think they're like 120 each at best. So I think I've lost like 40% of my value that I paid for this. But that's okay. I've had Forbidden Droplet a lot. I would like to say I've used them a lot, but I don't really use Forbidden Droplet a lot. I think in like the 3 years I've had them, I've probably used them like 10 times. So not a lot. Here we are, more spells. End of the quick plays now. We have the playset of Twin Twisters. I know I plussed on these, even though they got a freaking QCR as well in Rarity Collection 2. Thanks, Konami. It's like they just looked at my binder and decided what was getting reprinted from that. Paid £20 each on release. Something I've actually profited on from release. Twin Twisters, 60 for the playset. I think that they were like 80 each at one point. If they got QCRs, probably like 50, 40. Still made like double my money on them, which is fine. Enemy controllers. I think I bought one for like 35. And I pulled the other 2. Then I pulled the 4th and I sold it. So I pretty much got like these for free. Just from pulling and having good luck. So nice. It'll get a QCR print if there's ever Rarity Collection 3. Don't you worry. Pot of Desires. Ultimate Rare, QCR, of course, and it's a pretty messed up playset because one of them is American, I don't know if you can tell by the color, and the other 2 are European, and this one got a little ding on it. My friend just dropped it like a mong and damaged my Pot of Desires, which is not nice, and he offered to repay for it, but you know, it's not that deep, I guess, but I've had to look at it now for years with a ding, which is quite annoying. But I think I paid £40 each. They got a QCR print, which so I probably think they're at best what I paid for them. So not too bad. We have Double Thrust and a Harpies. Pulled the Harpies. Shout out to Mitch who pulled the Chaos Angel right beside me as I pulled Harpies. Really nice. Free. Double, triple Tactics Thrust. Paid 70 each for them. I think that's probably what they are worth. Got one off Mark. Shout out to Mark again. Give you 2 shout outs. Yeah, I think they're around that. Would I pick up the 3rd? Probably not. I mean, I always play 2 Thrust and then the targets, it's just a ratio that works for me. I mean, if I got offered an ulti at a reasonable price, I would buy it. But what is reasonable price anymore, I do not know. So I think I paid 70 each. I think they're around that, maybe a bit more. Could have made some money on this. Definitely made money on this because I bought it, I pulled it, and I think it's like 30, 40. When I pulled it, it was like 80. Should have probably sold it, and then I could have bought 2 for the price of what they are now. But it's okay. Terraforming, Ultimate Rare, paid 90. Got a QCR. You know, take a shot every time I say that because it's going to be a common phrase. I still think it's around 90 because it's an older Ultimate Rare. It's OTS Pack 5, so not too bad. Instant Fusion, I think I paid 70 for this. Really good condition too. Hasn't got a QCR, so I think it's around 80. There was a lot of hype during tier format when you could Instant Fusion to Kit Kalos. So it was like 140 in that format. Should have cashed in, didn't. I think it's dropped back down to like 80 to 100, but made my money back. Firewall Dragon, this was a gift, QCR. It's not very expensive. Shout out to Nay, who just gave me a QCR Firewall because he knows I'm collecting them. Absolute legend. We have the Collector Rare Pot of Extravagances. Pure Pain from Toon Chaos has a QCR print now. Collector Rares, paid 70 each. I'd be lucky if they even worth around 30 or 40 each. I'd say they look good, but in a sleeve, in a deck, they look like super rares, so not even that. But I really liked Pot of Extravagance and wanted the highest rarity at the time, so I did. Gotten decent use out of them for like the 3-4 years I've had them, or whenever Toon Chaos came out, and now they're not worth a lot, which is pretty sad. Moving on to a graduation gift, actually. It is from my girlfriend. I got a Secret Rare First Ed LOD Injection Fairy Lily. Beautiful card, pretty good condition. Censoring is awful, but the condition is, I'd say, near mint. It's very clean. Unfortunate about the censoring. If I sent it to PSA, it wouldn't get very high because the centering is pretty crap. But it is a very beautiful card, and you know, now my girlfriend can be with me forever. Every time I open the binder, I'm going to see a very sexy Injection Fairy Lily, and I'll think of her. So shout out to Bex, or Mrs. Rogue, as I like to say. We have the QCR Spiral Quick Fix. Pulled this in my shorts of how many days until I pull QCR. Quick answer was 13. And we pulled the Quick Fix. Don't think it's too expensive. I think when I looked at the time, it was like £40. So could have gone down, could have gone up. I'll leave that to the comment section to let me know. We have a QCR. What's this? I believe it's called Carrot. Yeah, Carrot, the Eternal Machine. Again, off L, basically for free. Gave me a great deal. Sold off the other cards, kept this and the QCR Nightmare Edition. So got it for free. It's like £10 anyway. It's not that big of a deal. Here we start with the QCRs. Or at least some of them. We have QCR Danger Jackalope. I pulled this, so cost me nothing. QCR Rota. I think I paid 40 for this, which is all right, but considering I had the CR at the time, which cost me like 80, it was pain. But I think this is probably only gone up. The QCRs look like they're only going to go up, so all the QCRs are pretty good investments. Got these for free in the Red Eyes Black Dragon and the Winged Dragon of Ra, as they were promos. We have a Secret Rare Shrishula and a Secret Rare Bryanak, which I just picked up for free over the years of buying and selling collections, so that's pretty nice. I actually think this Bryanak is like £10-15, which is pretty nice. We have a playset of Skill Drain, which I picked up for around £80 for the playset. Great deal. I think they're like 40 each. Please don't get a QCR, I beg. But yeah, beautiful cards. Traps always look amazing in Ultimate Rare. £80 is one hell of a price, and it's still at 3. Unlike this, Rivalry of the Warlords, which I paid £50 each for. I was really hyped to collect all of the Floodgates in high rarity or max rarity. Not to play them, but because I think they look sick in binders. And then it went to 1. So I think it's still around 40-50 each. But they were looking really good as an investment. They were like trickling at like 100 each at one point. And then they got hit. So sad times for Rogue Tier. Again, extra sad times for Rogue Tier with the CR Solemn Strikes, considering they have the Ultimate Rare, which I still think is the highest rarity. And guess what? All the Solemn cards got reprinted in, say it with me, Rarity Collection 2. So not only do they have an Ultimate Rare, but now they have amazing Quarter Century Rares. And I'm stuck with these CRs that I paid £40 each for. So not great, considering I think they're like 20 at best now. So yeah, sad times. Love losing 60% value. We have CR Torrential Tributes. These thankfully haven't been reprinted. I like to pick up CR Trap Trick, the trap, because I like trap cards. I like my favorite type of card in the game, or traps. I don't know why, but I really like them. So CR Torrential Tributes, I think I paid like 30 each, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong. Don't think they've gone down. They've probably only gone up because they're quite rare. Grand Creator CRs, so pretty nice. We have a original print Destiny Hero. Not worth anything at the, now, but at the time it was like £50-60. Pulled it when I opened a case of Bode. An Ultimate Rare Destiny Hero Dasher. Sadly, this condition isn't great. It looks nice in a sleeve, but it has some dents in the back. Paid £40 for it. I think it's probably around that for the condition, maybe a bit more. We got a Secret Rare Destiny Hero Celestial. Paid £10 for this. I still think it's highest rarity, so probably like £20 now. And we have more Absolute Pain investments in playset of Fusion Destiny. Paid like 50-60 each, and they are 20 at best now, probably 15 each. So again, another lesson from Rogue Tier is don't buy OTS Ultimate Rares on release unless they are really cheap anyway. Yeah, lesson learned. Won't be doing that again. Time to go on to the QCRs. Nightmare Unicorn. I traded for this. Deco Talker Heat Soul traded for this. There's like 15, there's like 20. Celine, Queen of the Master Magicians. I packed this. Deco Talker was a promo. Got given it, so really nice. Cherubini, I packed this. Artemis, I packed this. More Pain, Beyond the Floor, and Savage. Definitely did not pack these. I bought them. I paid, I think it was 35 for the Beyond the Floor and 15 for the Savage. And then they got hit in the list like 3 weeks later. So that is sad. I'm not going to sell them in case they one day come back. And if they come back, they'll be stonks. But yeah, banned cards now, which is not great. Thanks, Konami. We have Herald of the Arclight. Got this off Nay for free. Again, legend. Time Thief Redoer. Shout out to Cassis. Paid £5 for this. Is good, as I'm trying to collect all the QCRs. Down a Magician. I'm pretty sure I bought this for like £3-4. Newman Dragon. I pulled this. Thanks. Shout out to Stu, who picked out the pack that I then pulled this from. Draco's Tapalia, I bought this. I think it was like £5. Mud Dragon of the Swamp, I bought this. I think it was like £10. Elder Entity Entis, I traded for this. I think it was like £4 or £5 trade value. Alpha, the Master of Beasts, I think I paid like £15 for the playset, which is pretty good. I think they're like 8 to 10 each, so made some money there. Lava Golems, I'm still missing one, which is unfortunate, but I think I paid like £6 each. I think they're like 10, 15 each now, so stonks. Nadir Servant, I paid £20 each for the QCR. I definitely think they're more than that now. I think they're probably like 30, 40 each. Made some good money there. Small World, I picked up recently. They're still cheap. I think I paid £10 each. Maybe, I think actually I paid less. I think I paid £8 each for QCR Small Worlds. That's pretty insane. So buy these if you can now. They're very, very cheap, the QCRs. Dark Ruler no more. I have a play set. I think I paid 40 each, which is pain. Should have picked them up sooner for a much better price. I think they were floating like 20, 25 when Rarity Collection 1 came out. Got them at 40 each. It is what it is. Same for the Pot of Prosperities. I'm still missing one. I paid, I think it was 30 for the first one, and then the second one I think I had to pay like 40. Not sure how much they are now. Probably still floating around there. Call by the Grave. Recently acquired this. Paid like £40. I think that's what it's worth. Same for Triple Tax. I think I bought this for 35. Change of Heart I got in a trade, so that's all right. We have the Harpies Featherstorm, as I do have a flu deck. I wanted to pick up the QCR Storms. They're very cheap. I think I picked the entire place up for like £6, so £2 each is not too bad. And we have the one of Dimensional Barrier, which I paid like £20 for. Evenly matched QCR, which I pulled, which is nice considering it's like 35, 40. And a Shadow Schism, shout out to Adam, that I bought for like £3. So that's it for the actual cards in the binder. Let's now move on to the deck cores. We have a, at the time, Max Rarity Exorcista deck core. I know these just got QCRs now, which is really, really sad considering they are Starlight Rare Exorcista Magnificas. But we have 2 Exorcista Magnificas. One is German, which is sad. We have 3 CR Michaelis, 3 Starlight Rare Marthas, 3 CR Sophias, and at the back we have 3 CR packs. I think I paid around £950 for the core. If I did find a buyer, I think it is worth around that, maybe a bit less, maybe around the £850 mark. So lost maybe like 10% of the value, which is kind of significant when you're talking about like £1,000, which I know £100 loss may seem bad, but I got loads of deck profiles out of this. This is like, I think I've generated around 15,000-20,000 views of Exorcistas on YouTube, which is all right. I've gone to multiple tournaments with Exorcistas. I've pulled a lot of good cards. So the actual £1,000 I spent is probably more like 900 now, considering if I sell off all the cards I pulled or won with Exorcistas and the YouTube views and stuff. And this is just more of the Exorcistas. These are the CR packs. Let's move on to the next deck core. We have Evil Eye. Evil Eye is a deck I have recently re-fallen in love with. I played this deck when it first came out. I didn't think it was great, and now I've started picking it up, playing it again with the new cards, and I think it's a really, really fun rogue deck, to be honest with you. I got a very good price. I think I got the entire Secret Rare deck core, not Starlight of these, but Secret Rare Surziel, Secret Rare everything else, for like £50, which is great, considering the Surziels are like 25, 30 each. Or at least at the time they were. I think they're probably around that right now. And then these Gorgons, I got an insane deal. I paid 60 each, so 120 for the 2. And I think they're around 100 each right now. So made some stonks. Got a deck profile, a combo guide out of them. And I just think they're a pretty fun deck, to be honest with you. I think they are very, very cool. Very, very sticky, because all of them, if equipped with Selene, can't be destroyed by battle, can't be targeted, and can't be destroyed by card effects, which is pretty nice. We have here my beloved Monarch deck in Max Rarity, because I love pain. We have the Structure deck, Monarchs. We have the Kuraz, I believe I paid 20 for. And we have the Vanity Fiends in OTS Pack 1, not the original pull, because I prefer the OTS Alties. And we paid £40 each for these as well. And yeah, Max Rarity Monarchs. We have a Secret Rare Majesty's Fiend, which I think I paid like £10 for, first ed, which is pretty nice. And I think Monarchs is a deck that really does need new cards and support, hence why I haven't updated the deck. Maybe I can, maybe I will update the deck soon, but the deck hasn't changed much. It's still suffering from the same problems as before in terms of when you're on a heavy hand trap format, you really, really do struggle to get 2 bodies on board and then do your tribute summons and get their effects off. So that is why. And you also have the bricking problem, obviously. We have the 2 Squires. I got more. I just only played 2, so I didn't bother stealing up the thirds. And everything else is either ultra rare or from the Structure deck. Now we have, for the final bit of the video, I've kept you guys on enough. We're on to 33 minutes now. I do apologize. We have my beloved Invoke deck. This is like, I know this isn't max rarity, but you don't play it anyway, so I don't want to hear it. I will pick up a CR at one point, like £15 are cheap, but everything else is max rarity. We have the Secret Macabres. We have everything else secret rare of all the fusions. I was really hoping that they would get a rarity collection 2 print of Alistair and Magical Meltdown, but they didn't. But yeah, beautiful ultimate rare invocations. Only have 2. I only play 1 anyway. And I think I paid many years ago, I paid £200 for this deck core, and it's been probably the best investment I've made. I'm going to be honest with you, it's my favorite deck. I've played this deck ever since, and I think alone off the winnings, I've probably made around £200 back just from tournament winnings, pulling OTS ultimate rares, winning winner boxes with it, and yeah, a lot of value. And I've actually just remembered I have a CR Rescue Ace core, so I'm going to pull that out and I'm going to add this to the collection video. Okay, we're back. Quick cut. Forgot I even had this stuff. Yeah, these aren't mine. Shout out to Paco, who is, again, the Spanish vendor who I'm trying to sell these for, but these aren't mine. I really wish they were. These are just pulls that we have from trying to pull a Ghost Rare. Where are they? I believe they're through here somewhere. I'm just cycling through to see if there's anything else that jogs my memory, but I think they're at the back. Yeah, here they are. We have the CR Rescue Ace core. I bought this deck when no one thought they were good. Everyone's like, why are you investing in Rescue Ace? The deck's crap. This is right when Amazing Defenders came out. And I picked up the whole thing for like 180 max rarity. I think right now they're sitting around 250, 300. They were a lot more when Rescue Ace was top dog in the meta. But I've gotten a lot of value out of this deck. I've won 2 winner boxes with this, and I've won a OTS championship with this as well. So this deck is very special to me. Why am I selling it? Because I want to invest in QCRs, and I want to pick up the next QCRs. If I can't sell it, I'll probably just slap it into the collection binder and call it a day and just keep them forever, because this is probably the deck I've had most success with ever in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think there was a point when I was playing Wanted Rescue Ace right after the OTS Championship win, where I was playing in 2 locals a week and I went undefeated for like 6-7 weeks. So absolutely crazy dominance I did with this deck, and pulled a lot of OTS rares as a result. But that is the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you think of my beautiful Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection. Different type of video. Remember, on Friday we're going to be having the Invoke combo guide, and I'll see you all then. Thank you so much for watching.
It's time to